In this lesson, we're going to learn how to create an Ayers no1 ad. The Ayers no1 is an image, a headline, body copy, and a logo. First thing we've done is we've created a new document in Photoshop at 8.5 by 11 and 300 ppi. Now we're going to set up our grid for our document. We're going to go to Edit, Preferences, Guides, Grid, and Slices. We're going to go in and we're going to set 33.3%. And we're going to put in one subdivision. And when we do this, we click OK, and we go to View, Show, Grid, and we get our 3x3 grid. Now that we have the 3x3 grid, first thing we're going to do after it's set up is go in and drag in our artwork. So I'm going to create a new layer by just dragging in artwork automatically. I'm going to bring in the plane, and as I drag this in, this artwork is sitting in a folder. There's an image and a logo. I'm going to drag this plane image up, and then I'm going to grab the corner and hold the Shift key to scale it. And as I scale it, once I have it in, it's important to hold the Shift key to keep the height and the width relationship. I'm going to hit Return, and now I'm going to go to the Move tool, and I'm going to move this artwork up a little bit to give me some space at the bottom for the logo and the copy. Once I have this, I'm going to set a headline. To set my headline, I'm going to go to the Text tool. I'm going to create a horizontal type layer, and before I do that, I'm going to just change the color. If I click into the picker, I'm going to be able to pick something out of this rainbow, or I can actually go into the image and pull out a yellow from the art, and that's what I'm going to do here. So once I pull that with the eyedropper, I'm going to click OK. All right, so our image is in. We've positioned it. We've got our text color. Now we're going to make sure we're on the text tool, and we're going to just drag a little text box here, and we're going to type in our headline. Our headline for this ad is Rare Parts for Rare Planes. So I'm going to type Rare Parts, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to go in and I'm going to highlight this, and now I'm going to make it larger just by using these attributes up here, or I can use the character palette. We can drop down and go to 72. As I open this up, I notice that this text is now in. I can click off to see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. And now I am going to set the bottom part of this. So just by clicking in, I can hit Return. I'm going to type the word for, and you notice this is on top here. I'm going to highlight this, and this is the leading. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to set it to auto for now. I'm going to tighten that up in a second. Pull this box open, and now hit Return and type Rare Planes. And you'll notice that we can't see it, so I'm going to open this box up. Now this is fitting in for my rule of thirds. I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to go into the leading, and I'm going to try 60-point leading, which looks good. This tightens it up a little bit. You can pull this here. Now, I can leave this way. I can center this. Maybe I can eliminate some of this. Rare parts for rare planes. How about rare parts, rare planes? And we leave it at that. Tighten it up. And now, once we have this headline, we may want to add something else to it. So we're going to go down to the effects. We're going to grab a drop shadow. and we click on the drop shadow, and you notice some of the attributes here for the drop shadow. I can play with these attributes, distance, as well as spread. So I'm changing the spread here, making the shadow maybe deeper or heavier, moving the shadow, the position of it, and we can do that dynamically on the page, changing the size of the shadow, pulling it down. So I think it looks good like this. And once I'm happy, I click OK. And now I have my headline set, and I have my image. I'm going to now lay in an area here with some copy. So I've got some copy that I'm going to bring in. I'm just copying the copy out of Microsoft Word, and I'm going to lay a text box here. And once I do that, then I'm going to just paste in the copy. Now the copy is going to come in at whatever size I had, so I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to go down to 10 point, and I'm going to go to auto on the leading because I want all of this to show. So I'm going to click here, zoom in, and now we see the copy. Now I notice that I have to fix some of this. We have a little typo here. So essentially, here's the copy. We can tighten this copy up if we want regarding the box. So if we wanted to tighten the box and put this in one box, we can do that. And as we zoom out, we have copy here, and now we're going to lay in the logo right here. So we're going to go out to our folder, and we've got a logo that we created in another lesson. We're going to be able to drag that logo right in, and you'll see it come in. I'm going to drop it down here, hit return. Now before I hit return, let me zoom in and show you. I can scale this down and position it, and then once I'm happy with the exact size, then I hit return. And now this is going to come in clean. And if we go to view and we hide our grid, you'll notice this is the ad that we get. Body copy, logo, and again, in this body copy, we can spread this out based on the layout. Pull this down. Maybe add a headline to this or a subhead. But essentially, this is how you would lay out an Ayers No. 1 ad.